What's up guys, it's the Hunter Project here. Welcome to my channel where you'll find all stunning news, builds, playthroughs and everything in between. Hope you do enjoy the video, and if you could smash the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, it would be extremely appreciated. And without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. So guys, today I'll be bringing you an insect glaive build. So going straight into the equipment, we'll be starting off with, of course, the Fatalis insect glaive, as that's what the build is based around. And I do still need to add some augments, but of course they do require quite a bit of material, so the build isn't fully complete yet. But I'd recommend either a double health regen augment or 1 health and 1 attack or affinity, depending on how you play and how much assist you need with the health regen. As for the armour, we'll be running all Fatalis B parts except for the arms, but we'll be using Elatrion's A piece. And finally, this is accompanied by the Challenger Charm level 5, which of course is a must for a lot of my builds, as I don't have a lot of agitator decorations, and agitator is just such a vital skill, especially when it comes to doing a lot of DPS and speedrunning. But yeah guys, as for the mantles, it's all personal preference of course, so go for what you feel most comfortable with. But for the majority I assume that would be Rocksteady and Temporal, but obviously this is personal preference. If you want to run Invasion or a specific element, you go for it. Of course it all depends on what monster you're fighting and what your playstyle is. Right, so moving swiftly on to the decorations. Here's a screenshot of all of them slotted into the armour as neatly as I possibly could. And this does require quite a few juicy decorations. So I would recommend either farming the decoration quests, which are active as of this video, or farming Dragon Vein to spam Steamworks, which also has an event quest for Zinogre called Farewell, I think, Farewell Zinogre, and that does award you with Dragon Vein materials, so you can just spam the Steamworks for melding tickets. But of course do note that the decorations in the mantles can be changed to whatever you want. So for the specific setup, I'm going for extra protection in the Rocksteady, just so I can tank more hits. But of course you can swap out for dragon attack if you did want to get the extra damage boost. So this is what we get with all those decorations. So we've got agitator, critical eye and attack boost maxed out as standard for the overall juicy increase in damage, which is only amped up further when the monster is enraged, so it's a really fun set to be using. We have tool specialists, so we can maximize the amount of time we can have our mantles active. So do try get into the habit of trying to use your mantles as the last line of defense. So you're just trying to make sure you're not getting hit too much, so you don't reduce your mantles equip time for no reason. But then if they do get through, or okay, you miss your iframe and they get through and they hit you, then it'll be fine, because obviously you'll have one of your mantles active. But you just want to try and maximize this time, so when you do run out of one of the mantles, the other one will be ready. Right, and then Constitution allows us to minimize the amount of stamina we use when dashing around. Of course this is self-explanatory. Insect Glaive users will be using the dashing a lot, especially compared to like a greatsword user, so it's quite useful. And then we have the intrinsic stun resistance, which once again a skill that speaks for itself. It just fully negates any stuns from the monster. And yeah, then we have critical boost that gives us a nice 40% increase in critical damage, which is always satisfying to see, especially when stacked with the first 3 skills. And then we have power prolonger, which is extremely useful for our glaive, as it allows our buffs to remain longer after they've been collected and stored. Evade window allows us to more easily hit those iframes, which goes back to the tool specialist point of trying to get hit as little as possible, so your mantle is maintained as long as you possibly can, like just to maximize the possible amount of time. Of course you will get hit here and there, or temporal might proc, but it's just trying to avoid that as much as possible, so you can just keep chaining between your mantles. Next we have the main perk that applies specifically to us for this weapon, which is Airborne, which just gives us a nice 10% increase in aerial damage, which of course, especially when you're helicoptering, that's just it's just a nice thing that stacks up as you keep hitting the monster. We got Stamina Surge, which I just put into the set because I had to match something with Constitution, and the only jewel I had was a Constitution Stamina Surge that seemed to fit the build nicely. So yeah, this is useful either way, as it just allows us for our stamina to regen a lot quicker. And yeah, finally we have Quick Sheep, which is our last skill in the armor set, which just allows us to be quicker in general, just being able to unsheath your weapon for an emergency dive, for example. And yeah, and then for the mantles, I've slotted 2 Divine Blessing decorations into the Rocksteady, just so if I do take the hits, I'm less likely to take a full brunt of it. For example, if I was fighting Fatalis, if he shot me with a Fireball Direct, for example, I'm just hoping Rocksteady increases your defense. Divine Blessing hopefully can cut even the damage even more into, like, I think it's 30% on level 2, so it's just maximizing the amount of hits I can take when Rocksteady is active. And yeah guys, this does bring us to the conclusion of the video. I hope you did enjoy. Be sure to give the build a try, and if you haven't already, smash the like subscribe button, it would be extremely appreciated. I am aiming for 100 subscribers by the end of 2020. And yeah, be sure to check out some of my other Monster Hunter content, and I'll see you in the next one guys. Bye.